I just actually got a call right as soon as I started my video. So I'm just going to message her back. I feel so bad, but I'm going to be like, on live now. I got to explain this funny story. This is why I came on the video today. So I was wearing this t-shirt on the C train that said Espresso Yourself, okay? And I just went down to get some stuff for the motorhome. Sorry about my lighting. I took some of my lighting out of here, so it's kind of weird. And this is pretty much all I have left on my walls. So, hold on one second. Uh, there you go. Anyhow, so I'm on the C train. First of all, I go into the very first store and I manifested exactly what I needed as far as fabric was concerned and stuff for Karma. So that worked out awesome. And then I got on the C train went to the hardware store, found some stuff, forgot some stuff, whatever. This guy, it was really funny. This guy was coming out of the hardware store. He was kind of giving me a weird look like, first of all, there's a whole pile of people that are still walking around with this on their face, right? On the C train, especially here in Calgary. And I'm like, but I'm just thinking these people are on their way to work. They are young adults. This one girl pulled down her face and all I saw was acne, like her thing on her face, and all I saw was acne. And I'm like, oh, bless your heart, dear. Like, that's one of the reasons I think people are still wearing the masks is because of that. So, whatever. I'm, sending out love and light vibes to everybody. And this guy was coming out of the hardware store and he's got one of those big trolleys and he goes to push it in. I'm like, what you building today? Like, just making conversation. And he's like, I'm building a drum stage for my church. And I'm like, that's awesome. Have fun. Like, I go walking away in a good mood to get on the C train station and at the C train. And I run up and literally I'm one of, I don't know, 2 people out of about 30 that are on the train at around 11 o'clock. It was 11:11 when I was on the train. And I was just sitting there and there was like, it looked so sad. People were just, doing that on their phones. And I'm like, wow, I think I was the only person looking around and, seeing what people were doing, actually noticing. So I got on at Chinook, had to go to 39th station, then through city, like down into the city. Through Earlton and whatever by the Stampede grounds. So as soon as we get into downtown, right by City Hall station, I'm not gonna lie, it's sketchy. It's a sketchy place. I don't care. I walk there all the time. I mean, other women might not, but I do. I don't care. And this guy gets on the C train, and you can tell he's homeless because he's got a backpack and he's got 2 Dollarama bags strapped to his back. And he's not wearing anything on his face and he doesn't have very good teeth, but he starts yelling. Like, I'm talking yelling. He's like, look at all you Delta variants thinking it's, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, whoa, you're preaching my language, guy. Go on, go on. I'm listening. He's like, you're all in a cult and da da da. He was just giving people what for on the train, and I couldn't see past a couple of people to see who he was kind of talking to, but he was talking to two young guys that weren't wearing any, and they shook his hand when he got off, and when they got off the train, and I was getting off at the same stop, and I'm like, thanks, man, I totally agree with you 100%. I'm like, I've asked 3 doctors to answer simple questions, and they could not answer these questions in a year and a half. And that's one of the things he was chirping off about. He was a very educated man. Like, it was awesome. I was like, woo! I literally was clapping on the train. And I said to the 2 guys, I guess espresso yourself is why I wear this t-shirt today. I'm all for people, standing up for what's going on. I mean, he goes, and the 2 young guys said the exact same thing. People need to hear what he was yelling. And I'm like, you're right. They do need to hear it, but I'm glad it wasn't me this time. I was just an observer. I'm just sitting back and observing now. That's one of my things that I'm trying to do a lot of. So this is probably one of the last videos I'm going to make in this apartment. I'm moving out of this cute little apartment and going to be packing up my life and moving into my RV soon. So it's coming along. I had to obviously make a trip into the city because I can't find a lot of the things for it out in the country. There's no stores. So, what was I gonna say? Oh, everything that's going on. If you guys haven't been following Queen Romana's page, like, please, I insist. Like, it's if you type in t.me/ROMANADIDULO. She's dropping a lot of disclosure, like a lot of disclosure. There's a Q&A page now that you can go and join and ask questions. All ding-dongs will be removed, just like off my page. People calling me fraud, I'm so over that. Like, you're not in my vibration, I don't care. So, and that's pretty much how I dealt with everybody this last year and a half. If you weren't my vibration, smell you later. So, the reason I'm saying that is because there's been a lot of people saying, like, what is she doing? She's a shill. How can you be a shill when you're setting up humanitarian groups for people to help themselves and help each other? So, what I recommend for everybody in these group chats, okay, to make your life simpler, if you want to help somebody else out and you have the means to help somebody else out, then go in the group chat and see if you can find anybody that you know, firstly, personally. And it's already happened. I know it's happened for some people that have reached out and said, yeah, I'm a little short this month because of whatever. And they're totally in need. The Alberta Food Bank apparently is turning away people. It used to be, and I've used it before in dire circumstances. So, and I've also donated and raised money for it. So I feel like it's a karmatic exchange. And now I'm feeling a little PO'd because they're turning people away. The rule used to be you could get 1 month's groceries 3 times, no questions asked, basically a year. If you had to get, you can get up to 7 food hampers in a year if you need it, but you have to get a form filled out. There is so much excess of food right now that even the food bank throws out food. Okay? So that's the problem right now. There's an excess of food and people aren't getting the food. So why wouldn't we set up something to help each other? Why wouldn't Queen Romana do that? Why wouldn't we activate that piece of ourselves if we wanted to help out another human being? So that's what I'm saying. If you have the means, then by all means do so. Make sure that you're getting bills and verification, because there's people just wanting money from people. And that's, if you guys don't think that she doesn't know who's up to no good, I kind of mentioned it before, like when I was getting to know her. I'm like, I think she knows more about us than you think she does. I think she knows a lot about people's intentions, and she can jump in and out of what we think is a linear time in our lives, right? She can jump in and out and see what's actually, if we're actually being humanitarians and doing humanitarian acts, if we have intentions. That's one of her God-given gifts. And I guess it's like spidey senses to someone. And the easiest way to explain it is that person is good and always going to be good, and that person is, not doing very good things right now, and they're carrying a low vibration. It's all about your vibrations. If you're from love and above, you're going to have the humanitarian kindness, pay it forward, I want to help everyone out vibes. If you're going and calling people names, you are carrying low vibrations, period. I don't have time for low vibration people. I just don't. This last year has been a real struggle For myself personally, I've had death threats, I've had marriage proposals, I've had, like, you name it. It's been a gong show of people telling me that I'm a fraud, I'm the Antichrist lover, you name it. Just a bunch of bullshit, low vibes. So I'm over all of that. I just honestly never really cared. But at the same point, it's just when people are machine gunning you constantly, you need to be able to set boundaries for yourself. And not enough people are setting boundaries and letting people talk shit to them. Okay? This goes to people, your friends, trying to peer pressure you to do anything. So I kind of laughed at that guy because this is what I felt like the guy on the C train. I don't mean laughed at him, like laughed with him, like way to go. Because we did not have a choice last year. We didn't have a choice. We got yelled at the whole time. And now these people are all like, my body, my choice. I want to cover up my germs, whatever. If you think you're saving the world by doing that, look at your face when you take your mask off and ask yourself, why isn't my natural immunity working right now? It's because you're putting a garbage bag over your exhaust. So I feel for these people because they don't know better. But in the same sense, all of this, I think there's people on that train I don't even believe are real people. So they're just going to be that for their lives. And we have to come to the resolve of just keep sending those people love and light. So I'm going to do a quick card reading because I brought them with me so I could. And I'm reading from, The Wisdom of Avalon by Colette Baron Reed. And I'm just trying to, that's not just acne, it's staph infection. Exactly. Yeah. Ooh, look, the eagle on the bottom. Just thought I'd show you that. But yeah, I'm trying to encourage people to express themselves a little bit more. Stand up for your children. Now is the time in your lives that you need to stand up for your children. Your children are your children. Go read Queen Romana's page. I love it. I love the things she says on there. I had one pop out. Oh, that one's a friend. I'm all sweaty right now. It's kind of muggy here today. And I'm wearing moving clothes too, so. Oops, there's another friendly. Oh, two stuck together. So I've got 4 cards today. Whoop, whoop. Let's see what they have to say. The first card is risk. There we go. We got this a lot last year, or at the beginning of the year. It's about risking everything you know. It's on the line. Ooh, focus. I love it. Those are 2 very powerful cards. And the 2 that are stuck together, movement and the deer. So it's about diplomacy and gentleness, pretty much what we're discussing. So let's read them all in full quickly. So risk is about, this marker brings excitement to your path. You cannot know the outcome of action you're being called to take until you do it. In this way, you're required to be blind in the forest for a time, risking all you know and all you've acquired on your journey for the potential of something better. That is so true of what's happening right now. Perhaps the training you require demands faith in what you cannot experience with your 5 senses, but reliance on the 6th sense, your intuition, can provide with another type of sight to aid you in your journey. Very important questions can be answered now. Is engaging in the situation worth the risk? Or does my inner sight tell me to wait until another opportunity comes? Am I willing to learn a lesson of defeat and surrender to the promise of unknown potential? Pray for guidance and ask for a sign. If the answer is yes, take the risk. If no, rest, regroup, and wait on the will of the divine mystery. Another sacred journey marker may reveal the answer. So 33 is the focus card. It is time to draw your energies inward. Let go of all things that are superfluous and unnecessary at the time. Focus your attention on the job ahead. Do what is in front of you, no matter how small the task. Clear focus is required. Be mindful to stay in the present. Avoid looking back or too far forward, for it is only in staying in the true present, the now, that is the power residing in the great sacred journey marker can be used for a benefit of all. Your path is marked with the need to regroup and remind yourself of the goal. The goal is about never being in this dark loop anymore and not being lied or have deceits pulled on us anymore. And we all know that includes the human atrocities that have been going on. The stay in the present time and do what is directly in front of you. Only one small focused step at a time will place you at your destination. Ooh, I love, 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 love. So now the movement card is 36. This marker reminds you that all things change as part of the life cycle of life. This may portend a physical move or really, or it heralds a release from restriction and waiting. Rejoice, for changes in the air and new things are about to enter your world. This puts you on notice that it's time to broaden your horizons as you move forward on your path. You may travel to new and foreign places. I am. They're not foreign though. Both physically and inwardly, it is fortunate and timely to do so. Nothing is ever meant to be static in the ways of the living mystery. Movement brings challenges that must not be resisted, for progress can only be made of letting go of what was and welcoming what is and what is yet to come. Whoop, whoop. This marker is always an omen of change for the better. And the deer is 22, so we got 2 double-digit cards. I love it. Oh, I took a picture today. 222 on a building, 333 on a sign, 444 on a sign. Boop, right in a little triangle. It was awesome. When the deer appears, it's a reminder for you to step gently on the path, for you're walking into a time when gentle movements and diplomacy are required. The deer's strength is in this quality. Make it your own and know that your steps are successfully assured. It's important that you be gentle with yourself as well, for you may be heading into a period where you're unsure of your footing. This is for you, listen, Linda. You're going to be just fine. People are just being difficult now. That's just the whole thing. You need to know that if you've been giving loving energies and not getting loving energies back from any relationship, they're not worth it. So it's important for you that you be gentle with yourself as well. For you may be heading into a period where you're unsure of your footing or just coming out of a difficult situation. Blend your personal energy with the deer's energy of gentleness and diplomacy. Walk softly and the way forward will be smooth. And remember, never mistake gentleness for weakness in yourself or in others. And that's kind of what I had actually said. A few people besides just Liz and Linda are getting like these people coming up and these energies like coming at them. And I think it's now time where we're analyzing what personal boundaries we need to put up in order to get to grow. So if you've been, for example, I'll just use my example here because like honestly, it has been a really challenge living here for the past year. I love this little apartment, but my landlords, even the word landlord, that's what I was talking to Liz and Linda about. Lording over the land. We are 10 ants. Like, even that language alone is BS, right? And I think the end of the times with rentals is coming, like, all of that is coming to an end. And I think there's panic because a lot of people have been, oh, I need to sell my place this year, and kicking people out. It's happening all over the place. So here, I think they went through a change of ownership. And me as a single woman living in the city, they're removing the residential landlord here, the person who's supposed to keep the bad people out all the time, and installing security cameras. What the F good is that going to do? So you're going to see who murdered me in my apartment? Like, you have done zero to make me feel safe in the last year. So I'm dipping out. And I don't owe them anything. I don't owe them an explanation, nothing. They broke their contract a long time ago. And it's a contract. All of these things, even our old internet, are going to be like just out of our scope. So don't fall prey to lower vibrational people trying to bring you down. Literally do not fall prey to it, because how do we know these aren't like people that have like dark energies that have taken them down, or They don't need a lobotomy just because they're being difficult their entire lives. You don't know. So surrender them off to love. This is how we're going to win. As much as these people F you off, surrender them off to love. I love you, man. You may be the dumbest person on the planet, but I still love you. That's all you have to do. Keep loving that person, keep loving it, surrender it. You know, that seems like a you problem. I love you, but can't do it anymore. Set up your boundaries of love. Put yourself in a big love bubble. Ask your angels and guides to protect you every day. And if anybody wants to know how to get in touch with the zoom out there, you need to sit in silence and truly have time and the intention, proper intention of seeing them, and then they will be revealed to you. So that's how that works. So these are just my random thoughts for today, so lumping them all in with everything. So I just wanted to say hello, how do you do, and don't let them get you down. This is like the very end of the time, and you don't know who these people are or why they're doing these things, but do not let people F you off right now. That is so important to keep a love vibration and manifest a new timeline. Say September 11th that the world is set free, the 20-year anniversary. Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm ready for truth. I'm ready for love and compassion, and I'm ready for healing. I'm just about ready to go help heal the world with Queen Romana. I'm on board for the humanitarian things, and I wish more people could see that's what was going on. A benevolent action of light and love, and activating all of these light workers out there. And I think people aren't seeing her because they're not elevated enough to see her. That's what I think. So if you're in the love vibe, you're going to see her and the helping humanitarian vibes. If you're not, it's kind of like you're on a different channel, period. So all comes from inner work. Lots of inner work. Asking yourself. So thank you for all your time today. It was just boom. I love you guys all. I'm going to do more chores. I don't have much to pack up in my apartment, but I'm going to try and meet some peeps soon. So I love you guys. Have a great afternoon, and hopefully I'll get to pop in once or twice before, who knows? We'll see. I got lots of things to do. Lots. But I love you guys. Oh, yeah, he's going to be coming up on board for a drawing soon. So, and my benevolent one who bought this portrait, I'm going to be mailing it to you on Monday because I don't want to get it damaged in my Modi. So I'm manifesting, like right here. We're going to have an interview with you, perhaps you, maybe you, like, I don't know. Be a group chat. Queen Romana. Let's have a roundtable discussion. Some comedy night. I don't know. We can make tinfoil hats together. Do the Trump dance. Anyways, light and love, everybody. Do your own research. Like, really do your own inner research. I don't mean, like, do your research. Like, people are telling me. Anyways, so take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. And say, I love me when you wake up. I love you, Raven. I love you guys. Have a nice day.